we're having a beer morning and a St. Patrick's Day theme morning. Brad, you asked that trivia question before, and what was the trivia question? I need to get the winner. What was the question? Tell us the answer.
Why is green typically associated with St. Patrick's Day? And we weren't looking for because it's the Emerald Isle.
Yeah, and what is it?
St. Patrick, in his teachings, used the three-leaf clover to represent the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So,
cool. I thought that was a very cool fact. And Elizabeth Moore of Greenville won. Congratulations, Elizabeth. You'll get that $25 gift certificate. But Brad, you have a lot of great beer selections over at Delta Brewing Supply. Some things you can't find anywhere else in this area.
Right. We have over 250 different beers to choose from.
That's great, and you're right on Washington Avenue. So people, if you've never checked it out, it's worth going in there.
We're your neighbor.
And yeah, right, your neighbor. So what have you brought for us this morning?
Well, I brought some Irish beers, and we're going to learn how to make a black and tan.
Okay, and
hopefully
what's that?
I can do it on air.
What's a black and tan?
It is a lager beer on the bottom, and a stout. We've chosen a Guinness stout today, floating on top.
And so lager beer is darker, right?
Correct.
So why don't we pour that lager beer in? What do we got to do?
I'm sorry. The lager beer is lighter.
Lager beer is lighter.
The stout is darker.
Okay.
So now, I would usually advocate pouring it right down the center of the glass to get a lot of foamy head on top. But since we're going to be pouring another beer on top, I don't want the foam to be all mixed up.
So that's why you're taking your time and being careful with pouring. So this is your lager beer, and if you're celebrating this weekend, this could be a fun drink to have at the party.
Oh yeah, it's perfect for parties. Very decorative.
Is it going to float on top?
Yes, it will float on top if I do it right.
Oh, great! And he made this spoon himself.
Custom-made spoon.
To the chagrin of his wife.
Yes. And that's to
wow! Okay.
slow it down so it doesn't splash.
So you're pouring it right on top of that spoon. This is a science.
It does take a little bit of time.
I was really imagining you just throwing two drinks together, but you're really taking your time and being delicate with the pouring. And what would you say? It's 50-50, or is it, what's the percentages lager to Guinness?
Yeah, I guess 50-50.
50-50?
Maybe
70-30,
yeah,
40-60?
Yeah.
Depending on how dark, if you like Guinness, you can put more Guinness in, right?
Right. But you want a smaller amount to be the Guinness, so it.
And I'm looking down. Is it still light on the bottom there? It is. That's so cool. And what's this called again?
A black and tan.
And how did this originate?
You know, I don't know that.
You didn't do all your Google searching before you came? But you were saying it's a good idea for parties because it's a different type of drink. It's a little fun and festive.
Yeah, it's festive. Right.
I'm so impressed. You need to open a bar next. So that's a cool gradient you've got.
So I don't know if you can zoom in on that.
Yeah, we've got it zoomed in right now. And so what does the lager and Guinness flavoring do? What does this taste like?
Well, the lager is very light in flavor, very crisp, and the Guinness is kind of roasty, chocolatey.
Yeah, it's very, very chocolately.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge
coffee
Guinness.
Hints.
And if you're not a huge Guinness fan, it's too strong for me, but something like this is maybe lightens it up a little bit.
Right. Well, actually, the Guinness is very low alcohol, 4%.
Okay.
So a lager is typically a little bit more.
Oh, so that also adds.
So the lighter colored beer is a stronger beer than the darker colored beer.
That's so cool. And also I wanted to say you added, you could put root beer, right, which would make it what?
Correct. That is a black and brown. It's called.
Okay.
And it's a much lower alcohol version if you want to get involved in the party, but you want to stay sober. That one works for you.
I like
it turns out to be about 2% alcohol.
I like that. I like that idea. And then you have the Coke here and the Guinness.
And that's called an Irishman in America, and it's a Coke and the Irish beer.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here now again with Brad, and Jonathan's come over. And Jonathan, we've got a shout out, right?
We've got our shout out, Teresa Nolden. She wants to give a shout out to her family, Rory and Shantiza Nolden and Juliet Shavers. So,
great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I made one over the break. I want to show this amazing. And you said, Brad, that it's supposed to stay like that?
Yeah.
It's so the other one mixed in. This is what it's supposed to look like, and I'm going to make one last one so Jonathan and I can try them. But don't worry, we're just going to take a sip. Oh,
it's going too fast this time.
I know. Well, I'm excited about it. I think I have a future.
Oh, now you're going too much.
Oh, that's fine. A little bit more mixed up, but I think it's still good.
But it's really cool, like the difference, you know, and it
Should we
does.
try
And he
it?
said it stays floated
Can
the
we
whole
try it?
time. I'm gonna spill it.
Good way to start your morning. Thanks.
Bye bye, y'all.